2. And then I got fucked by him in a tournament. Back when I did play Company of Heroes 2 a lot, and I was good enough to play in tourneys, you know, and at least reach, like, you know, round 2 or round 3, and not get fucked every time at the first round. But, yeah. Anyway, 2v2 on Rails of Metal. Everyone loves this map, because it's actually good, unlike a lot of Company of Heroes 2 maps. Although, to be fair, this is a Company of Heroes 1 map. In case you've missed it, it's Soviet plus Brit versus Wehrmacht plus OKW. So yeah, Brit versus OKW. I really wouldn't want to be this OKW. Feel like life is gonna be pretty unfun for him. So nice, good luck, have funs. That's always good to see. And oh, you could have just sat there. The Brit player with the infantry section should have just stood his ground, because the infantry section can beat the Sturm Pioneers if they're coming in, and they've got the heavy cover bonus. The British infantry have the heavy cover bonus at the beginning. That makes them extremely, extremely strong. He didn't need to run away. He just lost 2 models for nothing. That's kind of sad. Anyway, Soviets capping up the north, doing their thing. Couple of riflemen coming in, and so it looks like we have a conscript spammer for the Soviets, and I love my conscript spam. It's always great. If it's gonna be conscript spam with Lend-Lease, it's gonna be even better, but we'll see. Whereas the Germans, we have an MG42 coming out for Chris, obviously, and he's gonna be playing very defensively, of course, in the early to mid game. Wants to just try to get his at least 1 VP ready, but oh, he's going to be setting up his MG, and now he gets flanked by the engineers, so now this could be pretty bad, because if the engineers get behind this tank, you know, carcass, they can really pick off these guys one by one, but okay, I guess he's going to be fine because he gets rescued by the Grenadiers. He gets rescued by the Grenadiers, so the engineers will have to run away. Oh well, the Soviets will have more opportunities to get that MG. And of course, map like Rails of Metal does favor some good MG play. That is to say, if you're good at using MGs, it's gonna work well. If you're not, you're gonna get fucked. But that's just kind of like always. And oh boy, this is a bad idea. Don't move in Volksgrenadiers close to infantry sections. I mean, in general, Volksgrenadiers don't really trade all that well with infantry sections at any range, but at close range, it's actually kind of particularly bad if the infantry sections have the fire rate bonus. Because infantry sections are good at every range, whereas Volksgrenadiers are pretty bad at every range at 0, so yeah. I mean, they're pretty good at long. At least against the Americans and the Soviets, but the Brits, it's just very difficult for them. Need to set up my bloody headset, and because I was derping with my headset, I actually kind of missed this north push. It seems like the Soviets are trying to flank the MG, and it's working out quite well because they're using this one conscript squad as kind of a bait, and the second conscript squad is a second bait, as you can see. So the Grenadiers right now are firing on the conscripts, the machine gun is firing on the conscripts, but we have the flanking force over here coming in. It's a Flammenwerfer, or, you know, Soviet flamethrower, coming in with some conscripts, and now, yeah, the Grenadier squad here is going to die. But there's also a German flamethrower. And now, as you can see, the Brits have moved up. There is a triple cap right now for the Nazis, so they're in a great spot, as you can see. Really draining that enemy VP by quite a lot, but oh well, guess that's fine. Guess it is fine. As the Allies, but hey, it was a long, long time ago. A long, long fucking time ago. No, they haven't removed the cover bonus. It's still there.
A new engineer section is waiting for orders.
Maybe. Who knows? I mean, I see the shield. I see the same shield, and by the same shield I mean this one, which normally, as you can see, it's only like a cross for, like, you know, they're defensible. But here the shield also has this dagger thing. That means that they fire faster and they really rip into enemy units, or at least if you're telling me they used to, it's weird because I didn't read it in any patch notes, but
You can order Bofors
yeah, these guys really wouldn't have any reason to not have it because they kept the icon the same way. Or, I mean, it is Relic, so it could be bad. Anyway, the Germans are preparing for a nice big storming of the house. Of course, this house always very important to hold on this map, on Rails of Metal. And so if they can come around from multiple flanks and throw some grenades in there, that's pretty good. But yeah, I think that the Brits can defend their position against most of these enemies. Even getting 2v1'd. See, this is the strength of the Brits. Even getting 2v1'd, their infantry is just so strong that if used correctly, they can put up a nice resistance. They can put up a nice resistance, whereas the Soviets were just kind of rebuilding, getting their act together, and maybe coming back into their own areas up in the north and center. Probably capping these points, these VPs, should be the priority for them, because they're really starting to die when it comes to VPs. They've got 400 left, so they don't want to lose that much more.
taking our territory.
Yeah, he's even built a Bofors, so getting a little bit of that SimCity action going, which is of course quite good.
We have a new scout car. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Yeah, it's just not really talking that much because it's just the Allies pushing in with their better troops.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Oh, I don't want to be that guy. So there's a 2-2-2 on the field for Chris. And bear mit Maschinengewehr. I think that means bear with machine gun in German. So bear mit Maschinengewehr is... He's got a battle quarters and he's not building anything out of it. But yeah, his buddy has a 2-2-2, so I guess that's kind of okay. He's gonna eat an anti-tank grenade, which is not that great. Still though, the Allies really pushing up and establishing a nice defensive perimeter. What are the Soviets gonna do? They're gonna get a special rifle command and a sniper. Yes, Ost-OP. I just casted your game, by the way, earlier. Yes, I am in Twitch. I'm also on YouTube, as you saw. I casted your game just like 20 minutes ago. But I guess since you missed it, you're gonna have to wait for Saturday when it comes out just on YouTube. Your enemies were pretty retarded, let me say. But it's okay, it's okay. I don't hate you. Granatwerfer. Ah! Jesus fucking Christ! I have a sheet with some stuff written on it that's important, and it was just flying away because there's a bit of wind. Anyway, so the Brits have got some Piats to counter, I guess, the 2-2-2. Why? Anyway, the Soviets are trying to push back up north, and they kind of countered themselves now, did they? Because they went for a sniper, but there's a 2-2-2. However, Adamir Magnum has enough fuel to get out a mechanized armor Campania already, and he's actually got 70 fuel, so he can get a T-34 right away. That's going to be very, very strong, very, very great. I do enjoy that kind of play, especially because I like T-34s, and if you can get that T-34 early enough, you can really push into the enemy and get some pressure. Nice rifle grenade, or rather normal anti-tank grenade. This might be problematic for the 222 because there's the Piats. The Piats are gonna miss though, so that's very unfortunate if you're the Brits, if you're the Allies in general. He's gonna push in more, and he misses. He really needs to get in closer because these Piats are not being very accurate. Pak 40 AT gun is gonna be pushed up because he's anticipating any kind of armor, which is a very good move. Misses yet again with the Piats. Wow, that's very unfortunate for him.
Work to construct a new company command post is finished.
So that means that the 222 is gonna survive when he probably shouldn't have. Yeah, he's not happy about it. So Little Princess gonna cry about it on chat, which is probably good. Hahaha, really strange. Was lucky. I won't tell him that I'm actually using cheats. XD. He'll never discover me. That was probably a bad idea. I should have just retreated. Now you're gonna lose your machine gun crew. Even if you don't lose the machine gun, which you might. You probably will. Yeah, you've just lost the machine gun. Even if you didn't lose the machine gun, you probably wouldn't have wanted to lose that Vet 1 crew as well. Because that Vet 2, they get those armor piercing rounds, which are so useful. Anyway, T-34 is on the field. We also have a stolen mortar for the Soviets. Nice anti-tank grenade, gonna pop that 222 out from, you know, full speed to no speed. However, the German infantry can pretty much just clean up the Allied infantry. There goes the T-22 because of the T-34-76 though. And now the T-34-76 can really put the hurt down on these Nazis, sending them all the way back to Berlin. However, the Pak 40 might be enough to stop it. That is to say, if the T-34 gets... Yeah, so close! Look at this. If the T-34 just goes down... Oh well, it's just sitting here. Needs to run away. Gonna take a Panzerfaust and another Pak shot. So yeah, now he has to run away and get himself repaired. Still though, it seems like the infantry fight is slowly but surely going in the favor of the Allies. Not when these folks are coming in from the rear though. This might be too much for them because they're gonna make this mortar retreat and then, well, that might be the end of the Allies. At least up here, they're gonna have to run away or something, maybe. The Brits are still behaving themselves quite well. What the fuck is this? Wait, does he have 1 or 2 squads in there? I think only 1. Might be a visual bug. Yes, Kotu Huang. It's been a while. Yeah, new commanders coming in October and November. When there's more stuff released about them, I'll be covering them. Mondeo always wins. Who puts Piats on infantry sections? Well, this guy, he does. Little Princess. Anyway, why did he do this? Why did he clown car with the Brits? So it's 13 minutes. His ally has a T-34-76. And now he's coming in with a clown car. Is this retardedness or is this total genius? Because his opponent is totally unprepared, although he's getting a truck and he's got 180 fuel, so he might be going for a Panther. He might also be going for a KT. Who knows? He does have fortifications, so he might be going for KT with fortifications. And yes, here he comes. He's actually got 2 squads in there, and they take absolutely ridiculous damage from the flak emplacement. But here they come, and they absolutely start to massacre the LAG support gun. Now he's just trying to get out of the arc of fire of the Raketenwerfer, and he manages to do that. Look at this glorious Daka coming in. It's literally like the orcs from fucking some retarded flying insect is trying to eat my blood. Anyway, or drink my blood, actually. This is the thumbnail picture. Absolutely hilarious. Anyway, so this is like the greatest British tactic I've ever seen. And now he's gonna kill the Raketenwerfer because he's just killing him so quickly that he cannot run away. And now he can come around and kill the supply half-track maybe. Or get around, actually even better, yeah, he can get out and take his things. No, why? You could have just You could just reinforce from the half track. That was almost like literally the best, but he made it just the worst. He could have protected his thing. Oh no, that is so sad. He could have made that the best fucking play he had ever done in Company of Heroes 2. In the history of Company of Heroes 2. But no, in the end he loses the half track. Still, he stole our Kenverfer, I guess. That was so amazing. I've never seen that done before, and it's kind of hilarious. Man. So Adamir Magnum up here is having problems. Yeah, I see a lot of Soviet corpses. So he's having problems, but he is at least getting a lot of T-34s, and you know, that's good. You can get a lot of T-34s, get them working on the enemy infantry. Yeah, that would be pretty good, because T-34s are great against enemy infantry. And Chris Inc. is gonna go for the Jaeger armor, but now he's getting Sport Armored Core, so might be trying to get some Panzer Force to like soft counter the T-34s and help him out against enemy infantry. So kind of a very conservative play from both the Soviet and the Wehrmacht. It is the Western Front's armies that are really bringing out the derp moves. Nice usage of the pack. Needs to be a lot more careful, Adamir Magnum, with his T-34s, because when you know the pack is there, just don't go there. Go around.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Just go around. What goes around comes around. Just like the infantry section going around the Vickers. And yeah, we do see a Schwerpanzer. And no tier 3, so he might be going for some Schwerpanzer quarters units. Which, I mean, it's gonna be okay. In the meantime, he lost his first Bofors. He's building a second Bofors, which might be a bad idea. I think he should have just waited and gotten out some tier 4. Or, sorry, some tier 3 units. Oh no, are you gonna lose your bet 2 Vickers? No, he lives. Good. And yeah, this is how you do it. Out of the arc of fire, this guy. And also, now he can use the sniper to kill the AT gun crew. So yeah, I guess the sniper in the end is paying for himself quite handily. 15 kills. Mostly because after he's killed the 222. Oh wow, very well done. Killing the entire pack gun crew, and now he can kill the second pack gun crew that he has to face. Please kill the AT gun. Yes, yes, kill the AT gun. Do it, do it. Oh, he missed. Oh well, he can kill another AT gun crew. But here comes a Panzer IV. So probably these T-34s need to run the hell away. Come on, sniper, finish. Yes. He just in time finishes the AT gun crew and allows the first T-34 to escape. He can just repair it, and there goes the AT gun. Excellent push from Adamir Magnum. He has managed to destroy the anti-tank gun and put himself in a dominating position up north, regaining the initiative and getting himself, you know, some breathing space to use his T-34s, because now his opponent really doesn't have as much AT as he did just earlier. This is also going to make life more difficult for Bear mit Maschinengewehr, because he's now going to be he's not going to be forced to pay more attention to what happens in the north. And as you can see, he's putting, you know, more troops in the area, just taking everything else. And yeah, I do remember Kangaroos of Piat launchers. I don't know what Makarov said. I'm just reading the chat now. People forget mines because, I don't know, it's just easy to forget them. That P4 did hit those T-34s quite a few times. And I don't think they're gonna put Tiger Aces in the new commanders. I hope. Wait, are they gonna revamp elite troops? I hope. Because it's annoying to play against. And it's not that fun to play. Unless you're a Michael Wittmann worshipping Nazi. In which case, I guess it would be your favorite doctrine. It's like, hey look, my Tiger Ace. Like, best mechanic, dude. You are now defeated. I have a Tiger Ace. So, Behrman Maschinengewehr decided to go for a Panzer IV. Might not be the best idea ever, but it's gonna definitely kill that Bofors. Poor little princess. He's got no AT, actually, except for some Piats. And that's probably why he should have, instead of getting Boforses, probably should have gotten something. Though he does have hammer tactics, so just get a Comet, please. Yeah, okay. So he's going for a Comet, which is going to be a great counter to the P4. In fact, I kind of feel like he was waiting to see if it was going to be a P4 or a Panther, to see what he would have bought to the side on a course of action. More conscripts. Keeping his conscript numbers up, that's very good. And ooh, ZSU half-track just being the last defense that it is. And yeah, taking down some of these grenadiers. Yes, here comes the suppression. That is exactly what this thing is used for. If you're afraid to get flanked or something, you put it in the rear where it doesn't die easily, and you just use it as suppression platform. Because if it's standing still, it suppresses, and it suppresses pretty quickly, as you can see. It's got some very good suppression. Here comes the Comet. On this thing's shoulders is standing the fate of a lot down south. Someone doesn't like us. Anyway, Behrman Maschinengewehr has a lot of Raketenwerfers, and he's gonna be the one that kind of needs to try to be the defensive man and save his teammate from getting overrun by these Panzers. Not these Panzers, these Allied tanks. So now for the Germans, it's gonna be all about how they can coordinate in the center and maybe in the north, and how much they can put pressure down the south, get some harassment done with just a few squads at a time, but without really committing too much down there. Because it's going to be paramount for the Germans, much more than for the Allies, to work together. Because right now, these two Allied players have more, you could say, jack-of-all-trades units. They have more well-rounded armies. So they can really kind of self-rely. You know, they can, I guess, just play on their own without really missing too much. Although Adamir Magnum really should be back teching to tier 2 and getting out some AT guns. And Little Princess also should be getting AT guns, but his problem is not teching, it's manpower. Still though, none of these two players, these two Allied players, really is missing all too much from their armies. Whereas the Germans, you have Chris without AT guns, and also kind of without suppression, but with some good long-range infantry. And then we have Behrman Maschinengewehr with no long-range infantry, but some extra suppression, some indirect fire, and of course the AT guns. And also Chris Inc. Has a P4. I guess, I mean, on the P4 front they're both pretty similar. So they're going to be trying to work together, I think, more than the Allies, but it could be pretty bad. Here comes the flank from the Comet. This is very well done because there's absolutely nothing that can stop it. And will it actually press its advantage? This Panzer IV is still missing quite a lot, even though it's the other one. Here comes a bombing run on the Rekenwerfer, and now, honestly, this Comet should have been a lot more aggressive and be pushing in. Should have been pushing in, because now the little bombing run was wasted, and he could have probably chased down the Panzer IV and killed him, but he didn't in the end, and that's kind of sad. In the north, we have another cloaked Rekenwerfer trying to move through against these T-34-76s with the support of the Stug and the Panzer IV. He's missing, of course, yeah, if these T-34s just run away, they're gonna be fine. Now look at this gap in the defenses. There's absolutely nothing that covers this area, and that's exactly where the Comet is. So if the Comet comes in around on the flank and gets around this Panzer IV, I think it should be running in right now. I mean, what are you doing standing here repairing? Just run in and kill them. You're a fast, medium tank with a great gun. Just run in. Don't care about, you know, anything. Excellent artillery hit from the base, I'm guessing. What? Oh yeah, it might be the British artillery, actually. Doing a lot of damage to that P4, but just playing very meekly, the Allies are. And yes, I'm doing the Yoda. If they had been moving in, you know, aggressively, they probably could have killed at least the Panzer IVs. Maybe even the Stug. At least they're able to steal our Rekenwerfer. Nice nade.
A gun crew has been lost. Awaiting orders. Prepare yourself.
Bloody conscript. Nope. That was kind of funny. Yeah, Bär mit Maschinengewehr. I don't really think that there's like a quote-unquote best commander. Also, you'd be better served at a role by talking to someone that's more in the meta, quote-unquote, like Helping Hands or something, because there should be a Holocaust doctrine. It's, well, I do play Hearts of Iron 4, and also I'm Italian. I'm just, of course, doing my customary chat reading. I'm not sure what you're getting the Hearts of Iron 4 from, because I'm pretty sure I switched my game to Company of Heroes 2. And, oh, I did not switch. Okay, I see. I see. And yes, I usually stream Hearts of Iron 4. That's why it's, that's why it was Hearts of Iron 4, and I guess I just forgot to click the button to, you know, do that. Anyway, right now I'm just going to play a lot of KOTOR, but maybe later I'm going to play some Hoi 4 if I've still got the mood after I finish casting these games that I've got. Anyway, yeah, back to the game. Yeah, get that VP, or not that VP, that fuel point. So we're about halfway through, and while the Allies have been doing pretty well in the last few engagements, and they have kind of, they have a slight advantage when it comes to PopCap. They've got 10 more PopCap than their opponents. And again, they've been winning their last few engagements, so they've got the initiative. They're not in the greatest position ever, because one, we're heading into the German late game, and these German late games are going to be with... Oh, hi. Thanks for following, by the way. Thank you. See you soon. And, yeah, so basically... Oh, God. What the fuck? What did I do? Did I do anything? No, I didn't. So, as I was saying,
Elephant tank destroyer is
yeah,
ready to be
they're gonna have elephants, which is gonna hard counter the Isu-152. And they might have the Jagdtiger as well. Although he doesn't have the command points yet. He's gonna have that soon. Fuck motorbikes. Kill the Panzer IV! Come on! Take him down! Destroy him! Yeah, right now this Comet can get a very good service done to Freedom. But no, they did not kill the Panzer IV. And now the blob of infantry is trying to come in to clear out all the anti-tank gun crews and stuff like that. Nice move from the T-34s. They're gonna come in around from the flank. And if they can get a wide flank off, this could be a great kind of strategic move because, yes, this is just absolutely great. They don't have any reserves over here. So if the T-34s don't stop, no, why are they stopping? They're gonna try to kill the Schwer Panzer headquarters. Okay, just run away. The bombing run is gonna kill them. Yes, okay, good. So bombing run kills it. Now come around, encircle these German tanks and destroy them. You absolutely need to do that because, like, you've got a great opportunity. You need to take it. The Germans right now are in such a bad position. If the Allies just push in, and actually, yes, they're pushing in because they've got the Crocodile now from the Advanced Weapons Regiment, or whatever it's called, Special Weapons Regiment. So now, yes, they're actually coming in. They're destroying all the units that they're finding, but honestly, they should not be stopping to kill these, like, random support gun crews. They should just be running in and killing the tanks. If they can kill these mediums, no, just attack! You've got them. If you just crush them now, it's the Dunkirk moment for the Germans. If you just attack now, you will crush them. If you let them go, you're gonna be regretting it. Yes, now they're pushing in. And oh look, there's one AT gun. But guess what? It doesn't matter because you've got so much anti-infantry firepower. They're coming in with everything they've got. Here comes the Panzers, you know, trying to destroy these T-34s, and the T-34s are probably gonna, at least 2 of them are gonna die in this, but the Panzers are also gonna die, and the Stug died, and they can take the anti-tank gun maybe for themselves, but they can definitely destroy it. They can destroy the Stug. Wow, this T-34 likes to bounce a lot. And they can maybe wipe out this Stern Pioneer. So that was an amazing flank from the Allies. That was what they have been waiting for through this entire time. They could even be trying to destroy this Panzer Fusilier unit. Oh, very close to wiping out the Panzer Fusilier. Yes, absolutely obliterated, as you can see. That is the remnants of the German glorious Blitzkrieg force. But that could have been done a minute ago, or 2 minutes ago, by far. That was a one hell of a thing. Anyway, I think right now that we're gonna see like the Panic Elephant and the Panic Jagdtiger from the Germans, which might be bad because we've got the Isu-152 and we've got the Churchill Crocodile, so 2 slow tanks that are going to be just basically targets for the Jagdtiger and for the Elephant. But thankfully for the Soviets, they did not lose all of the T-34s, at least one of them is still alive, and he should be replacing those. And the Comet is still alive as well, so they've still got some mobile medium tanks to use as flanking tanks to get behind the Jagdtiger and to get behind the Elephant. So the reason this is going to be bad is because, you know, the Isu-152 pops in, it gets just popped in the face by the 128mm on the Jagdtiger or the 88mm on the Elephant. And because they've got such a great penetration, even if the Isu-152 has a lot of armor, it does not matter because it's going to die anyway. Or, well, not going to die, but, you know, going to get penned anyway. Still though, now the Allies have complete map control, which is quite great. And yeah, as you can see, it just moves in, gets elephanted, and Just Troll Churchill moves up to the house and kills it, but yeah. Now with these two big guns on the field, the Churchill and the IS-152 are gonna have to be a lot more careful. So Adamir Magnum should be building more T-34s, to be honest, to get behind these guys, using the flanking and the speed to his advantage, just like he did earlier. And, you know, yeah, do that. Why get a Yag when you can get, why get a King when you can get a Yag? Well, I mean, Yags are interesting. Everyone loves Yags.
Jagdtiger ready. Ready for action. Elephant here. Send your orders. The new men have arrived.
Bad aim. I mean, how do you miss a Yag Tiger? Seriously. This thing is bigger than a train wagon.
We now stand at 300 points.
I know how. He's using attack round.
We have taken. Sniper has arrived. Shoot back, comrade! We are losing territory. Su-52 under attack.
Just gonna speed 2 for a while until like the next big offensive comes, something like this. But it's just the tanks without the infantry, because the infantry is all retreating. And right now, the Comet somehow got behind the Yag Tiger, and that's the end of the Yag Tiger, I guess. Because you know, Churchill Crocodile was. Oh no! Keep behind the Yag Tiger. Get behind the Yag Tiger. Get behind the Yag Tiger with the Comet. Oh Jesus Christ! We're just gonna lose the Comet for no reason. That's sad. He lost a vet-free T-34 and a Comet to kill the Yag Tiger. I'm not sure that that was a good trade, honestly. And now he's just trying desperately to keep his infantry sections alive. I don't know, at least he kept the middle. We've still got the Elephant to deal with. I wonder if he's going to get a second Comet. Yes, okay, at least he's getting that. That is a good move. And Adamir Magnum, again, he really needs to get more T-34s. Yes, he's doing that. Excellent. Because he needs T-34s in this kind of situation. Man, IS-152 is really liking to miss.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
And now once he gets his T-34s out, he can make another big offensive and kill the Elephant this time. Bear Maschinengewehr though. What is he doing with his fuel?
Command vehicle has gone static. HQ
Oh.
operations now underway.
He rebuilt his Schwerpanzer headquarters. Because instead of going for the KT, he wants to get Panthers. That's a good choice because the KT wouldn't do very well against the IS-152. Still though, that's a lot of resources playing the long game. A lot of resources to spend on that. And looks like the Comet moving in a little bit too quickly. Not really coordinating with Soviet ally for when he's ready to push. Also, Chris Inc. decided to get an Ostwind. Ah, everyone loves to get Ostwinds. Still though, I see the reasoning why, because he wants to protect his Elephant from enemy infantry. That's, I guess, kind of a good thing. See? Yags are so much better. Dude, Atago, the Sturm Tiger is the best unit in the game. And yeah, these guys don't have don't have any idea as to what mines are. Actually, Click 29 is correct here, because had they just placed a couple of Teller mines, you know, with the munitions that they have, especially considering that, you know, this is rails of metal, so you'll always pretty much have at least one munitions point. If they had just placed like a couple of Tellers, that flank would have had a lot more problems actually succeeding. Oh wow, that concentrated fire operation almost hit the Ostwind in the face. You should not be tempting RNGs though. I think that the next one is gonna punish him. Yes, it did. Kills his MG. Or was that an MG? Looked like an MG crew to me. Oh no, no, that was an MG, okay. Hey, sniper. First sniper died. I guess the second sniper's on the field.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Oh wow, nice SU-152 shell. Oh, lots of damage coming in from the Piats on the Elephant tank destroyer. And now it's actually getting kind of derped by the pathfinding because of the Jagdtiger and because of the Ostwind. Almost dies, but he just barely gets away. That's because there wasn't anything ready to follow up. But there's the T-34s moving into the base for some reason. Instead of coming in and killing the Elephant, come on, just don't care about anything else. Come around and kill everything. Well, I guess he's going to be killing the flak emplacements, which is better than not killing anything, but I feel like this is a big wasted opportunity. Oh wow, he actually wiped out that Sturmpioneer in 2 shells. T-34 is showing their superiority. Maladiets, maladiets. Хорошо поиграл, товарищ. Anyway, so right now, Bear mit Maschinengewehr is down to 3 units, and Chris Inc. is going to be holding the line from now on. Although Bear mit Maschinengewehr might, you know, just spam out some Panzer Fusiliers. He's getting a Panzer IV. Why? Your enemy has Comets. He's got IS-152s. Don't get Panzer IVs into that. Although I guess he might be trying to counter the T-34s or something. And what happened here? Why are they talking? Anyway, really commendable play with the snipers, actually. They've been very useful. Ooh. Big elephant damage on the Churchill. Now the Churchill runs away. There goes that Panzer Grenadier. Wow, he's lucky. Holy shit. Nice grenade, but it's not enough because these Piats are still, you know, able to fire on... Never mind. They ran away.
An emplacement is being attacked.
Smoke. No, don't brace. Smoke yourself so that he's not able to fire. Or I guess he can just attack ground, I guess. So though it would have been very funny if the mortar smoked the elephant. In fact, it would be a fucking great idea, because what if you smoked the elephant and then you charged it? It would be very good, but now you don't have the mortar anymore. So, rip. And in the meantime, the IS-152 has been doing the smart thing and just ignored the elephant. Never loaded armor-piercing rounds once in his life, and he has been killing the support infantry, the escorts. Because that's what his role is.
One of our anti-tank guns is gone.
Look at the minimap. Look at the minimap. Where are those T-34s going? Are they going in the base, or should they be coming in here and killing these guys? I think they should be coming in here and killing these guys, but now they come in and see, ooh, look, there's a little thing. Let's just drop a L2 precision bombing strike. You know, this is actually very good for him, because Bear mit Maschinengewehr is not in the best position ever. in terms of resources. So if he kills that, that's a big investment down the drain. So yeah, he's in big trouble now. But he really needs to come in and crush this elephant from the rear. Look at this, he's half HP, vet free with no infantry support. Well, I mean, only one squad. But, you know, what if you just use your IS-152 as kind of a damage shield, and the Churchill Crocodile as a, you know, damage soak as well. Soak. And then you come in from the rear. Use your brains. It could have been doing great. Yes, base T-34s, of course. Best OKW player. OKW is kind of gay. Just for the record, I do not understand why they would reduce the accuracy of the Yak-Tiger at long range, because that thing is meant to snipe at long range only. Yeah, but the Yak-Tiger still hits at maximum range. Like, I'm pretty sure it's... like, whatever nerf they do to the Yak-Tiger's accuracy at maximum range, it can't be too high, because as you said, like, it's just his role. His role is to snipe at long range. So, you don't nerf that too much. But if you do not nerf that too much, then what the fuck have you just nerfed it for, you know? Why the hell have you nerfed it? Like, why don't just leave it? And oh my god, look at this guy. He is so close to death. Nice, you know, what do you call this? Target weak point. There goes the Churchill Crocodile.
We've lost a crocodile flamethrower
But
tank.
look at this. He's almost dead. All that the allies need to do is run in with their T-34s and, you know, medium tanks and all that. And he's actually used a 17-pounder to destroy his own crocodile, which is interesting. He can get another one.
The enemy are attacking an emplacement.
Enemy are down to 100 points, so that means that the north is starting to become very, very, very valuable. In the south, they never even just put the elephant there for 2 seconds to kill the Bofors. Or, I don't know, just used any kind of Raketenwerfer to destroy it at maximum range. Anything like that. So they've let the South be allied for just a long, 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 long time. And that's, of course, very, very sad, because it has allowed the Allies a lot more VPs than they should have been. Also, as someone pointed out, the OKW really should be salvaging more stuff, because he's got a lot of destroyed things that he can salvage in the rear here. He could get some extra resources. Not that many, but, you know, he's in trouble when it comes to resources, so he needs every little bit that he can scrounge up. Well done, mate. That's not an English accent. That is so hilarious. He killed his own guy, his entire own blob with his own RNG artillery. Anyway, at least the Soviets are giving me this great slaughter of German infantry. For the might of the Soviet Union. Look at this. Just absolutely killed everything with their firepower. Anyway, elephant now, bit free. But, I mean, it's still in big trouble, because guess what? He has just lost his entire infantry support. So now he has to rely on his ally over here. And that was a snipe and a half. Holy shit. That was more than a screen away. Well done. Anyway, the T-34s are back, and they're destroying the base. I mean, at this point, you might as well just kill the entire base. Like, instead of standing here. Or you're gonna kill the Raketenwerfer. Well done. Wow, they're just missing. At this point, you might as well just kill the entire base, because the enemies are not trying to stop you. Or no, is he finally gonna come around and come in from the rear? Oh my god. He's gonna kill the sorry, not the Raketenwerfer, the Panzerwerfer. And the elephant is in big, big shit. Gonna kill a fuel cache, which is gonna reveal him, actually. There goes the Panzerwerfer, and No, he's gonna be so unambitious. Instead of going wide around and going in the rear of the elephant, he decided to be kind of a meek little fool. So he loses a T-34 to the anti-tank fire coming from the rear. At least he can kill this Panzer IV. Ram! 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 No! He lost the second T-34 and he did not ram. Now he needs to get one shot and then ram, and then that's a guaranteed kill. And they're gonna play a bit of Ring Around the Rosie. That was a wipe. Double wipe on the Panzer Fusiliers and Volksgrenadiers, and then the T-34 gets wiped. This allows the second Crocodile to come in and clean everything in the center, and this allows the Allies to take the VPs if they send in their infantry, which is of course quite great. That was an amazing fight. That was really fucking hilarious. Just everything happening at once. Yeah, that elephant guy is like, we got this, but, you know. That was fucking great. What an ending. But, you know, the Germans still have a chance. I'm guessing that the Allies are gonna win. Wait. You can't see my face right now, but it's kind of puzzled. A Brum Bear? When the enemies have an Su-152? Really? Really? A Brum Bear instead of like a Panther. Because you've got tier 4 if you got a Brum Bear. Instead of a Panther to get behind the Su-152. I don't even know anymore. So the Brum Bear is coming in and it's not working as expected. Now the conscripts can get in and cap the VP. Also, they can cap the north. They really should be focusing on that VP hard. There's yet more T-34s coming in because, of course, Adamir Magnum had been playing kind of so defensively with the T-34s earlier on that he hadn't lost them for a long time. So he's got just massive resources. He can just always come back and back and back. With more T-34s from the forges of Uralvagon Zavod and Chelyabinsk. And yeah, he's not going to be running out of T-34s anytime soon. And now you see the problem with the elephant, of course. Because, you know, if there's enemy infantry, that's not good. Although, there goes the Brum Bear. And here comes an anti-tank grenade with a Piat, but the anti-tank grenade is not enough to get the damage engine. Still though, there's just not much that the Germans can do. Like, yeah. So let's just go over the main mistakes that the Germans... They finally went down south! Well done. So as you can see, they just took the Reckaniverfer, killed the Bofors, and they used the Reckaniverfer to cap. Well done. Could have done that 25 minutes ago and you wouldn't be at 68 VPs right now. You might be at 150 or something. And so you would not be in a position where you are, you know, having to take risks and make bad plays just for the sake of having less VP bleed. You might be in a position where the enemy is the one that's anxious and needs to be playing catch-up. So actually the Germans, as you can see, have some good chances if they continue this kind of play. The little Crocodile is in big trouble. We have a Stuka bombing strike coming in on the AT gun, though it was on brace, so of course it's invincible. The Elephant, though, is trying to push in way too close, and so that means that it's in a very, very bad spot. Guess what? There's the T-34s. They're moving, and they have been activated. T-34s, Gatovi, and now they're coming in from the rear. So if the Germans had, I was gonna say, if the Germans, you know, recruit more of these anti-tank guns, they'd be having more tools to deal with these kinds of tank flanks. Guess what? Now here comes the exact proof of what I was talking about. Here they come. So the T-34s are coming in, but the Elephant actually turns around and starts to fire on them. And instead of pressing the attack, the T-34s are kind of standing around to get some kills on the infantry, which is, I guess, kind of not the best idea ever. The Elephant does eat an anti-tank grenade from the conscripts, which is quite good, but one of the T-34s is in big big shit, and it does go down. Still though, the Elephant is taking massive fire from the IS-152, which allows the conscripts to essentially have the better support. The Elephant is dead from the IS-152. That was amazing. I am honestly dumbfounded as to the IS-152 penetrating 3 times in a row against the Elephant. So the Elephant is dead. The little Panzer IV might also die if it's spotted ever, but no, it's lucky. And now the Allies have the local superiority, both the north and the center VPs. So only the south is left to the Germans, which is exactly kind of the opposite of what was going on in the rest of the game. And with 60 VPs left and no, you know, trump card heavy vehicles left, it's looking pretty bad for them, because the Brits might be in trouble, but Admir Magnum is still extremely strong with a lot of infantry, a lot of well-varied tools to deal with any situation, and a ton of resources to replace any units he loses. So I don't see how the Germans can come through and win this. Yeah, remember the Panzer IV before you lose it to a T-34. And this match did have some pretty bad things. And yes, RNG just came through in the favor of the Soviets. That was just RNG Stalin over there, coming in and just, I don't even know. RN General Secretary or something. Well, that's the end of the game. Pretty damn exhausting with 57 minutes, but yeah, that was a pretty good one. Anyway, that's